Yeah, many ways, but the best way for me is to tackle the causes of corruption. Too many causes for me. The first one is to limit the discretionary power of the administration, to have transparent procedures, to have well-defined procedures and publicly open or publicly accessible for anyone to know what kind of documents are required for a service, what kind of delays I should wait to have a service, a public service. And it should be equal for anyone who wants to enjoy this service or this procedure. The discretionary power, as I said, is one of the main issues and main cause of the corruption in our countries, and it should be tackled, as I said, within an administrative reform. We have to reform the whole administration. Uh, the discretionary power and the what we call it uh, the front desk also should be reviewed and reformed. What we call should desk. We know that in Africa, especially, we are still looking for the direct contact. We even COVID, the pandemic didn't avoid our need to be in contact with the persons in the front desk. So I think that reforming the administration also in a way to avoid this direct contact and to build real and effective electronic administration also is one of the main reforms that should be put in place to avoid or to contribute in avoiding the corruption. The second way is to enhance transparency. I know what I'm talking. I know that Africa, unfortunately, is left behind in a certain way in when talking about access to information laws, when talking about transparency, when talking also about open government. Few countries in Africa really joined or effectively joined those in global initiatives. I'm talking about OGP, for example, which insists on transparency, on accountability of the public administration, and other citizen participation in the public affairs. We are left behind by other countries, and we are paying also this lack of political will to join such initiatives because our governments unfortunately are still looking what kind of problems and issues can come from OGP or other transparency initiatives more than thinking about what kind of advantages they can or could have through such initiatives globally speaking. I think that the administration is in the center of the reforms that should be put in place to limit the corruption. I won't talk about other kinds of fights or other means to fight the corruptions, like the investigation, the other administrative independent bodies that can exist to investigate corruption. They are essential for the fight against corruption, but I think administrative reform is more essential for our countries because we can have more than one result, fighting corruption first, but also improving the public services and the access to public services in our countries.